A real benefit, a real unique selling proposition, massive competitive edge, great message potential, and yet Grubhub absolutely missed the mark and blew a golden opportunity in this last Super Bowl ad that they just ran this past Sunday. What's up? I'm Eddie Babine, Eddie the Madman, as I say. I'm mad about ads. I love ads and I love breaking them down. I love breaking them down and showing you why the great ones work and why the bad ones don't. And all through the lens of human behaviors and insight, really tapping into that, right? Because that's really what advertising comes down to. I say it in every video because it bears repeating. What is advertising? It's creative storytelling that solves a problem, addresses a pain point. That's really what it is. You need to have a great benefit. What's in it for me is the question, right? That's the best way to remember what a benefit is. What's in it for me? Well, if you're the advertiser, what's in it for your consumer? What are they getting out of it? Right? It doesn't matter if it's Grubhub, if it's the food. It doesn't matter if you're a fitness coach. What are your clients getting out of it? It doesn't matter. We're this, insights and tapping into human behavior and then leveraging them, connecting them to a benefit. That's the name of the game, no matter what the brand is, how big it is, how small the ad might be. It might be a little, Facebook ad that you run for a small audience, and then it'll be a Super Bowl ad. Doesn't matter. The foundation's the same. Let's get into the ad. I'm gonna tell you why it didn't work and where they missed their mark, and then we'll keep talking. All right.
And for the final course, we have the fees.
Oh, no.
Who will eat the fees? Who will eat the fees?
I have a terrible fee allergy.
I couldn't possibly stomach the fees.
They have a massive problem with this entire setup right there too. It's so contrived, right? Are we really led to believe that any of these people maybe even know what a fee is or had ever dealt with a fee in their entire life, or even if they did, knew or cared about having to pay an extra fee based on how posh and highfalutin, high class the people look, right? Do you believe that?
If the madam will not eat the fees, and the gentleman won't eat the fees, who will eat the fees?
Grubhub will eat the fees.
Grubhub will eat the fees?
Grubhub will eat the fees.
Grubhub will eat the fees.
That's what I said.
Grubhub will eat the fees. Grubhub will eat the fees. No delivery fees, no service fees, no more fees on restaurant orders over 50.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely missed the mark again. They had a golden opportunity, and why I say that is because a lot of times, like we talked about in the last video about the Svedka vodka, there was no benefit whatsoever. There was no message. There was nothing. There was no benefit in the Ritz cracker one either that I reacted to. This one, they genuinely have a competitive advantage. They're the only delivery service for food that is not going to charge you fees over $50. That's awesome. That's huge. But this is what they did with it. It makes absolutely no sense. A lot of times, big marketers and stuff will make this mistake where they'll think that announcing the benefit is enough. Hey, we have such a great benefit. Let's just tell people what it is and put a beautiful bow on it with celebrities and that'll be enough. They'll remember that. It's like, no. Look, George Clooney is one of my favorite actors. I think he's a phenomenal actor. He's very charismatic, charming, the whole nine. But he's not pulling this off. I mean, he's only so good, right? I'm not saying he can't pull off. He can pull off anything, but I mean, it's just not believable. Okay, these people care about Grubhub. These people even know what Grub is or a hub is, let alone Grubhub. Have these people ever in their lives ordered food? I don't think so. It's just very contrived and very forced, like we say. It just completely misses the mark. Again, you need several things for it to work, right? And it's a very simple step-by-step order, right? What is the benefit of the brand, right? In this case, the benefit is no fees. Got it. What problem does that solve? Well, people want to order food but don't want to have to pay extra for it, right? How many times have you watching, I know I've done it, where I wanted to order something online, I'm like, yeah, give me a Chipotle bowl, it's like $15 or whatever. And by the time it's all said and done, it's like $23. You're talking about shipping or, delivery plus the fees and this and that. It's just like, it's not worth it, right? But if they're going to take care of the fee, that's huge, right? So it's, it helps out. And nowadays with, grocery bills and everything as they are, every bit helps, so that would be them addressing that pain point. But they fail miserably at doing that. Great advertising is supposed to evoke an emotion, right? You're supposed to address that pain point, like I said, evoke an emotion, whether that emotion is laughter, whether it's crying or just, empathy, awareness, or just like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that's going on in the world. Whatever it is, it's supposed to evoke an emotion to then elicit a reaction and an action, right? In this case, oh my gosh, I ordered my food via Uber Eats or whatever it may be. Uber Eats commercial actually is pretty good, by the way, and the people behind it. They actually have a strong insight and a strong benefit and a strong delivery that actually works. There's a reason why they've created a campaign that's campaignable that works in multiple commercials. Not surprised based on who the creative director was behind it. I used to work with her back in the day, and I'm not saying that just because I used to work with her. She's a badass. Anyway, this doesn't work for that reason. What are we trying to say? Okay, hey, here's the benefit. Who will eat the fees? Oh, this will eat the fees. That's it. So you have beautifully shot commercial. You have an A-list celebrity just saying, oh, Grubhub's going to eat the fees. That's it. I mean, in all honesty, they could have saved millions of dollars by not even getting George Clooney. They could have just got regular SAG actors. They could have just got a couple YouTube influencers, a group of YouTube influencers, and it would have been the same. It would have been the exact same commercial. That's why it doesn't work. A number of reasons. What do I have here? Yep. Yeah, they think that it's cool for that reason. I mean, and what are they doing at the end of the day? They're just dramatizing a pun. Who will eat the fees? Oh, we'll eat the fees. Get it? We'll eat the fees because there are fees, right? But we'll take care of them. We'll eat them because we're talking about food here. Okay, so what? Who cares, right? Golden opportunity missed again. And I know I keep talking about money, but good Lord, when you're spending, this is a 1-minute commercial. I don't remember if the full 1-minute spot was on Super Bowl. If it was, that's a $20 million buy. $20 million bucks, and you haven't even paid the actors yet or anybody. Like, imagine that. Imagine how spending all that money and not having an absolute bulletproof strategy behind it. Bulletproof message. Just doesn't make any sense to me. This is just an absolute missed opportunity. Svedka vodka, like I said in the last thing, I don't know what the hell they were doing. There was no message whatsoever. Ritz, still don't know what the hell they were talking about. Those were just terrible. This one's better than the two, but that's not really saying much because that bar was so low you could step over it without even trying. They absolutely missed the absolute golden opportunity here. One thing they could have done, actually, they could have made more sense. Would it have made it a great commercial? No, probably not. But at least to give it some context to make it better, right? Okay, why don't you show George Clooney at Sotheby's? Right, and he's buying he's buying a Renoir paint. He's buying something very expensive, right? And they're talking about the fees. So there's a connection there where he's actually buying something. So there's a message of the fees and whatnot. He doesn't want to pay the fees, right? So maybe having that and putting that in that environment and then ending or transitioning to something that actually has to do with Grubhub would have made more sense. Like I said, was that great what I just came off the top of my head? No, but at least there was some sort of a connection to, oh, there are fees, right? Regardless of what world you live in, whether you're, just getting by your paycheck to paycheck, right? Or you're a massive celebrity with a ton of zeros in your bank account, right? You still don't want to pay fees. That's a universal truth. The insight. No one wants to pay anything any more than they should, right? Nobody. Right? If you got a steak at Mastro's that's $100, for example, what would you pay $200 for it? when it can pay 100 for it? No, makes no sense, right? So regardless, anyway, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, did I make it better? A little bit, not huge, but I also didn't spend months developing this commercial. So was what I came up with, or at least the thought, better? I would say so. I don't mean to pat myself on the back because even when I said it wasn't great, but regardless. Anyway, that's all I got for you today, folks. Stay tuned for my course that's going to be coming out soon, where I actually dive deep into insights and show you a very simple step-by-step procedure guide on how to find insights, how to tap into human behavior to absolutely 10x, 100x the hell out of your creative, right? To have that North Star. Anybody can come up with an ad. Anybody listening to this, whether you've been in advertising for 5 years or 5 minutes or 0 minutes. If I told you, come up with an ad for GrubHub, you absolutely could do it. Would it be good? Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. But what would make it the best is to understand with the human behavior, to tap into that, connect that human behavior, the universal truth. Again, people hate paying fees, right? Doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, people hate paying fees. What is the benefit? You don't have to pay any effing fees, over $50 or whatever it is, right? And then come together. Okay, now how do we put that together and launch? You know what I mean? How do we elevate that message? But at least you have what the insight does is it gives you a North Star. It gives you a filter. Now you know exactly what you're trying to say, no matter what. And then every headline you write, every visual you come up with, every Facebook ad you write, every piece of content that you write will go through that filter. Oh, does it say that? Is it paying off that insight? If the answer is yes, awesome. Now make it as cool, as creative as you possibly can. If it's not paying off the insight, you got a little bit of work to do. Tweak it, adjust it so that it does, and then make it as creative as you can. I promise you that'll 10x the hell out of your creative. So anyway, I got more for you coming soon. That's it for right now. I'm Eddie B, the Madman. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It would really help me out. I'm just starting this YouTube channel, trying to get out there, trying to do the thing, as we say, right? So I'm just trying to drop some knowledge and have some fun doing it. Yeah, stay tuned for the course, and hit me in the comments what commercial you want to see next, and we'll rock and roll from there. All right, till then, Eddie B, the Madman. I'm out. Peace.